So we're back at a repeat client. We've worked in the cemetery many times over the years. There was a white pine there. The stump doesn't look that big, but it was 90 foot or more. And I just remember being stressed out working over the graves, you know, and we got the screw crane today. We're not going to take any chances. Plus, it's a large volume. We're doing all these clusters of white cedar and this white pine that's probably at least 90 foot tall. I'm a sucker for the crane. Crane makes it easy. It'll be a stress-free day, or should be a stress-free day. We'll leave this place looking pristine.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Middlesex tree video, and let's get right into it today. This is going to be the first setup for the bucket truck of the day, and Derek and Uncle Bruce are going to get right into it. Let's start working on these cedar trees first. Derek's making the cuts, Uncle Bruce is doing the lifting, while Willie, Bert, Chaw, and George are on the ground doing what they do best. You know it's going to be a big day when Bruce has to get off the crane to come down and make a couple cuts for the guys because there's that much going on already. These cedar trees are pretty scrappy and in rough shape, so the cemetery has decided it's time for them to go and open up the lot a little bit. We're going to end up keeping all of the cedar logs today, as we are going to send them off to the mill. Derek is going to have them cut up and use them for a future project. One of the best parts about today's work is that we're able to dump most of the wood chips on the property, as well as another property that is just a couple hundred yards down the road. Today, we would end up having the most wood chips we've ever had on a single job site, and that will be 7.
So I want as many 10/8 and 12/8 as possible. And if you go to 8/8 and there's still another this much or that much before it crops, just cut it long. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all for our own, you know, for the barn and shit like that. So they're not going to a mill. Well, they're going to a mill to come back to us.
We've now made our way through the first cluster of these trees, and Derek is going to take out the stump. Willie's got a nice load of cedar logs here, and he's going to get those out to the mill. Now let's switch over to another cluster of cedar trees where Chaw is going to be working with the chainsaw on the bottom of the tree, and Derek is going to be doing some work up on the top. We are going to leave a couple of these trees in this cluster, as when the guests of the cemetery or even the church come outside to mingle around, they like to have a little shaded area to stand and talk. And how about this broom that the guys have come up with? This will save us a lot of time raking. Now it's time to reposition both trucks, and we're going to work on another cluster of trees. We're going to make our way towards the next batch of cedar trees along with this big white pine. There isn't a whole lot of mass to this last clump of cedar trees, so Derek and Bruce are going to make good time on them. Willie is going to run over and grab everything as quickly as he can, get it off to the chipper, and this group of trees is going to be taken down in about 30 minutes. Derek and Bruce are in full communication right now, talking about how much they want to lift here on the first cut.
All right, hold what you got there. Cable up. Try to get that, let's try to get that thing to pop down on this side. Okay, hold it. Now, nice and slow, come down. Okay, right there, hold. Now, I'll put, that's that. Now. Okay, let me just make sure before I go up. Okay, I can take this front piece, I'll tie that real high and cut it here. You're gonna be good to take 1,500 pounds or what? And then I'm gonna toss down a couple pieces that I know will be in your way before I actually climb. You know what? Wait, oh no, I don't. It's harder to judge that weight just because all them little, so I'm shooting higher than I think. But there's 2 leads, I'm gonna tie them high.
Derek will be making a few cuts to clean up the area for Bruce to be able to see a little better on what he's doing, and it's also going to keep Derek from getting poked and prodded by them. Pretty cool to hear the conversation back and forth between Derek and Bruce. This is a conversation that doesn't always get heard. Derek is going to continue down this part of the trunk to get it out of the way and make more space for the removal of the upper parts of the other trunks.
I just wasn't comfortable enough to call it a G. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna say it's 15, even though it's probably, you know, a G or 12. I'm not 100% sure, and I want the screw crane to get screwed. Possibly. Just put a little pressure. Just don't go easy, and I'll keep going. All right, hang on. Yeah, I do. Hang on. You're all back. I'm gonna pick some more of this part before we take this next piece. I'm gonna tie you on here. I'll put a little mid tie, and we'll just take this little thing out the way. I just think we'll be better off if you'll be able to boom into it better. You'll be able to see a little bit better, and it's only a singular. I think that piece on the ground is the biggest top, but I could go down and get the spikes if you prefer. What's that?
Now we've got all of the stressful cuts out of the way with this white pine, and it's time to dismantle the trunk of this tree. The trunk of this tree at the bottom is pretty big, and it's going to require a full 360-degree cut walking around it with the chainsaw. Today was an action-packed, fantastic day, and leaving a job like this, you have the ultimate satisfaction for the cemetery to be a cleaner, safer, and more enjoyable place for loved ones to come and visit their family. What a good feeling. We'll see you next time.